all my beautiful people. How are you doing this afternoon? You are at the Alternate Point of View, and my name is Tracy Lee. Welcome to everyone who has been watching this channel, commenting, liking, sharing, and anyone who is new, welcome to this channel. Here we talk about trials, true crime, and tragedies. I want to say thank you to everyone who joined our live, not live, because the Christopher Gregor trial did not happen today, and they did not send us a memo. But thanks to Captain Pirate for letting us know that they were not going to have court today, and it was pushed off until next week, obviously, because of the holiday weekend. It will be on Tuesday, so we will do a live on Tuesday, and I appreciate everyone so much for joining this morning and getting to know some people on this channel. It was really cool. So I appreciate everyone so much, and I appreciate everyone for keeping me in check and the comments coming. I love it. I appreciate Marianne for reminding me that I've been saying Dr. Bodden's name incorrectly this entire time. You are correct. It is Dr. Bodden, not Dr. Botnick. I'm totally getting confused because there is a show on Netflix called Botnick, and it is a crime show. Oddly enough, it's a podcast crime show. So you are correct. And also, Valerie sent a message talking about what a female lawyer, because I've been saying what maybe a female attorney for Christopher Gregor would have helped him more than this pit bull guy that he has. But after watching the opening statements of the Daniel Garcia trial, which I am going to catch up on this weekend, no, you are correct, ma'am. I don't think a female would help him because Daniel Garcia has a female, and the horrific opening statements that were given that I did watch today for Daniel Garcia, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, you're correct. The crime is so awful that I don't think a female would soften the blow at all after seeing that female attorney come up and give her opening statement for the god-awful crime that he did to Dominic. So yeah, no, you're right. I feel that now that I've watched this female attorney do her opening statement, and you are correct. The evidence is the evidence. So it wouldn't make any difference. It just makes it harder to take watching someone so rude and so ugly as this attorney for Christopher Gregor. But tonight, this evening, we are going to recap the Karen Read trial. This trial is just really lagging. Again, of course, it's taking a long time because you're really getting just one witness a day for the most part, because there's so much to go into this and try to unravel. Today, we finally got to meet the infamous Brian Higgins, okay? This guy who has just been the talk of the entire trial, the friend, the one that apparently had a crush on Karen Read. But, as we see through these text messages that somehow came to surface, Karen is the one who had the crush on Brian. Yeah, she thought he was hot. What? I mean, I guess if that's your type, but whatever. Yeah, so apparently Karen got his number from someone in the group, and she started talking to him, seeking him out, and apparently she kissed him outside of John's house one night. What? So now I'm starting to see a very unhappy girlfriend who is seeking something outside of the relationship. Now, does that make her a murderer? No. But does that make the jury see her in a different light? Yes. And does that make the jury see that Karen might be capable of something? Especially if she's seeking out one of John's friends. And you know there's a bro code. So, according to Brian, he was reading all of these salacious text messages. They're not that salacious, really, but, you know. They're salacious enough to plant a seed of doubt in the jury's mind and to gear their focus onto Karen. because as we've gotten till today, it's just been super weird testimony, super combative testimony with all these other people, and it's looked like just high school mean girls, okay? And I was trying to figure out, and as I've said this with every witness that comes behind another witness kind of pieces together the story of the witness before, okay? Because like the other witnesses before, the last ones were the vacation witnesses, like who the heck are they? Why are they relevant? Why does their testimony make any sense? Well, today we figured out why. Brian Higgins pieced all of that together because those people had absolutely nothing to do with John O'Keefe's death or was there the night John O'Keefe died or anything. They were on vacation somewhere with John O'Keefe and Karen and the kids way before. But they had to throw that little tidbit in there, remember, about John making out with so-and-so's sister and Karen throwing the dagger eyes and dropping F-bombs and this, that, and the other. So trying to show and build the foundation, how Karen's this jealous, crazy girlfriend, like she was yelling in the car, where is John at? What woman's house is he at? That kind of stuff. So Brian pieces that all together through the text message chain with him and Karen. And Karen mentions that John apparently had made out or did something, hooked up with a woman while they were on vacation. So that apparently was the catalyst for Karen to start seeking out something new. And apparently it was in Brian. And I guess she found him attractive enough that she sought out his number and started texting him and pursuing him. And Brian, you could take it from Brian's perspective, which is how he put it, was he was just trying to see what she was about. Was she serious about him? Was she really looking to hook up with him? What were her intentions? Because he was friendly with John, but, so he wanted to know, like, is she at the end of this relationship? Does she really want to, hang out with him or what? And you could look at it that way, or you could look at it as he was pursuing her, even though she started it. But apparently they had a mutual attraction, okay? But he tried to downplay his attraction for her by making it seem like he was just trying to get to the nitty-gritty of what her intentions were. But he also is kind of like, no wonder he's single, because you can kind of tell in his text messages, he's like very like, you're too sensitive, you're too emotional, so he's kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to hang out with that dude. But he is the most, actually, I hate to say it, but he's actually the most believable witness for the prosecution that has been on the stand so far. Take that for whatever it's worth. He is a federal agent, so I don't know. He's just really good at lying, but I mean, he has an attorney. All of these people have their own attorneys, but he has an attorney, and his attorney was in the building. He was consulting with his attorney during breaks and whatnot. So I don't know if he was very well coached, very well trained, or what have you, but he honestly was the most believable witness for the prosecution. I didn't really see any missteps from him, other than when he did get on the cross-examination with the defense. Of course, we go back to the same, I don't remember, I don't recall, I couldn't give you an exact time, I'm not sure, so we go back to that again. And we got to the phone. So it's amazing how he managed to give up the text message chain between him and Karen, but he didn't have any other information from his phone. So he couldn't remember the conversations that he had with the Alberts, because there was a lot of communication between him and the Alberts, of course, but he was in and out a lot of the Canton Police Department. He officed out of the Canton Police Department, even though he was working for the ATF, but he had an office in the Canton Police Department, and that is who was investigating John O'Keefe's death. So he couldn't recall what he was doing in and out of the Canton area where Karen Read's vehicle was at. He couldn't recall why he kept going in and out of certain areas of the building when he had an office in another area of the building. So a lot of I don't recall, I don't remember. So we're all back to that again. Also, apparently, he extracted the information that he wanted off of his phone to give to the police department. So he did not give up his phone data fully. He actually used his connections with the federal government to extract certain pieces of data off of his phone and turn that in. And then, remember, everyone got rid of their phones, their SIM cards, their everything's upgraded, whatever you want to call it, and no longer have those phones. So he no longer has the phone from when John O'Keefe died. And he even said on the stand, you can factory reset your phone, you can get a new SIM card, he knows, because he's a federal agent, he knows exactly what you can do with your phone. And his best friend is in the cyber area of the ATF. So he consulted with that guy on what he should do with his phone and what information he should take off of his phone. And he used one of those, apparently everyone has access to it. It's on the first floor of the federal building. Anyone can go in and use this machine and extract what you want off of your phone. And that's exactly what he did. And when he was questioned about it, of course, there was many objections by the prosecution. The judge is not allowing a lot of this information in. She's like, no. And she cut the defense off pretty quickly, but the jury heard it. Okay. The jury heard that he used federal tax-paying equipment to extract his own cell phone. The jury heard that he threw away his old cell phone. The jury heard that he destroyed the SIM card. The jury heard all of that. But they also heard that Karen Read was pursuing him. They also heard that Karen kissed him. They also heard that now they're piecing together this whole incident where Karen was like cussing at people and, calling that woman names and stuff while on vacation and just being a jealous witch, right? So now people are seeing Karen in a different light because the text messages that she's telling this to Brian that John did this. She's also being flirtatious and she's saying, people are in relationships, but they're not like really, I'm not marrying this guy. We're not going to get married. We're not that serious. I don't want kids. He's raising his niece and nephew. I don't want to be a part of that. And you and I are really alike. You don't have kids. I don't have kids. We're from the same neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. But she's being really kind of weird about it. So it's kind of strange. She's talking like code or something. I don't know. Women are weird. So she just doesn't get to the point, which is why he's asked her over and over and over in these text messages, like, what do you want from me? Like, he's like, what do you want? Like, do you want to date me? Do you want it? Like, what do you want? Just tell me what you want. You know how women are. We got to talk in, like, if you haven't figured out what I want by now, then why do I got to tell you? So, that's basically how she's talking to him. Like, it's all in like some weird code language or something. So she basically stops talking to him as far as the text messages go. It's really weird. It's not in a sequential order. These text messages go off the rails because when the way the prosecution is reading these text messages, it's really choppy because it ends, one of the text message change end in him saying, show me what you got, because she's like, I'm on my second drink. And he's like, show me what you got. And then it jumps to a completely different conversation. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So what is happening between? So apparently it's not like they're talking for 9 straight days in a row. They're just like, did it just end there? And then it goes to another conversation, or was there something in between? We don't know. We don't know because he only gave up so much information in his phone. So did he only give them the little bit to make Karen look a certain way and make him look a certain way? Because the way it looks, is just how he sounded on the stand, was like, I'm just trying to like figure out what her intentions are. I'm just innocent here. I'm just a dumb guy who just, this woman is coming after me, and I don't know if she wants me or not, or, so he's like playing this innocent guy role, which that's not possible. First of all, whatever. You found her attractive. You're saying, yeah, I think you're hot too. And she's saying you're hot. Okay. Two adults who think each other's hot. Okay. You're going to go, you're trying to get with each other. So what? But there is a bro code. So I don't know. All you guys out there, tell me, make it make sense. I need you to make it make sense, because this is weird. He also acts like he just doesn't know about these federal laws. Okay. But it's out there. It's out there for the jury. They heard it. They know that a federal ATF agent used his power and his best friend. Now, I don't know. Are they going to bring this guy on the stand? And utilized his best friend's position to extract certain information from his phone, but not all, and then destroyed his phone. That's shady. Okay. And I don't know. I don't want to say that this guy had anything to do with John O'Keefe's death, because it would be really crappy, but he is a federal agent. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm so confused. This trial is just so full of garbly garb. I can't believe it. Y'all let me know. This trial is just so full of craziness, but they did go to sidebar at the end, right? And I don't know what was said at the sidebar, but when the lawyers came back to talk to Karen, like, she had this look on her face like, what? So I think something the defense was hitting a nerve. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. I think that obviously this Brian guy is friends with all the Canton PD. He's very close with the chief. That's why he has an office out of there. He is very close with the Alberts. They're some of his best friends. So Karen is a nobody in this group. So they can paint her any way they want to. But obviously, Brian made himself out to be like this innocent, like he was being taken advantage of guy. And oh my gosh, I don't know what she wants from me, but she thinks I'm hot. So it's pretty hilarious. But I will say it's not hilarious because someone died. And what sucks is, again, as I keep saying, John is lost in all of this. And it's really sad. And his family, I can't imagine, like, seriously, his family today, lots of emotion and reaction out of them and their body language and everything, because they're seeing these text messages and they're seeing that Karen, oh my gosh, the person that they thought they really liked and thought that John really liked and thought they had a good relationship, for the most part, everyone thought they had a good relationship. And here she is seeking out someone else. Not a good look, but doesn't make her a murderer, right? So you guys tell me what you think. I am going to catch up again, like I said, on the Daniel Garcia trial. Man, the opening statements, if anyone's watching that trial, let me know. It's pretty freaking awful. It's disgusting. I can't, you guys, it takes me back to the Harmony Montgomery. It takes me back. It's just so many kids, things that are happening to kids right now. It's just disgusting. It's making me so sick. It's hard to watch. It just seems like that's all that's happening right now is kids. And I just can't understand what is going on and why people are doing this and how they're getting away with it and what can be done to make it stop. Because what's crazy is, in all of these situations, social workers are involved and nothing's changing. Like, nothing's happening. We have such a broken system, you guys. I think it's really sad. But I am going to catch up on that trial this weekend and get back to you all on Monday with a recap of the 4 days that we have. I think 4 or 5 days of the trial that we have in for Daniel Garcia. He looks like an angel. I will say he looks like an innocent guy. He's pleading not guilty. He looks like a normal dude. Like, doesn't look like a bad guy, but what does a bad guy look like? You know, I mean, we all know that by watching all of this stuff. There is no look. So, you guys tell me what you think. I appreciate all your comments. I'm looking at a new comment on here. Let me see. I have a new comment from, put my glasses on. Y'all know I can't see anything without my glasses. Bonnie said, oh yeah. Yeah. The biting on his head. Oh, and then she said, Bonnie says that when Corey got home that morning, the father was trying to, probably beat it out of him and what he told the doctors. Oh, that's a theory. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because, you know, he's very controlling. And when Corey's not in his sight, he wants to know because if you recall, when the grandparents saw the bruise on his forehead, he did say he fell on the treadmill, but he didn't say, you know, obviously that his dad did that. But he did just say he fell on the treadmill. So that's a point. And yeah, you're right. They did not point out the whole biting on the head on Corey. Someone actually pointed that out to me because I didn't even catch that. So someone pointed that out to me on the comments, and I had to go back and rewatch it, which is really gross because it's such a hard video to watch. Yes, they did not point that out either in the trial. They just played the video, and you just had to watch it and catch that yourself, really. So yeah, you're right. I think because they're just showing the video to show Christopher's tendencies. And the video, because it's not, I don't want to say not relevant, but that's not what killed Corey. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's a good theory to say that he was trying to beat out of him what he told, and he went too far. So, yeah, but we will talk about that. We'll do a live on Tuesday. So set your clocks, watches. I'm in Texas. I'm on Central Time. So we will meet here in my office, and we will do the trial live, and we will see what Dr. Bodden says. And I look forward to chatting with you guys on Tuesday, and I will see you back here at the Alternate Point of View. Please like, subscribe, and share. And hit the notification bell so you know when we have a new video out. And don't forget to tell your friends and anyone that watches this video, it costs nothing to create a YouTube channel and subscribe because 70% of people who watch my videos do not subscribe to this channel. So just so you know, that is very helpful if you like these videos and leave comments. It helps the algorithm. So I appreciate you guys so much. I'll talk to you Tuesday.